Hello, everyone. Welcome to the 20-minute podcast, your source of tech news every Tuesday. In today's episode, we're going to talk about news from Sony, from Apple, Samsung, and more. So, tech lovers, stay tuned for today's episode. Okay, so first news of the day, I think is my favorite or my the most important that I see is PlayStation VR2. Uh, and also PlayStation VR2 Sense controller. So they're making also new controllers for the new VR. Have you heard about this, Sasha?
Yeah, I've heard of it.
Yeah. So basically the new VR2, I played around with the original PSVR. I bought it when it was like heavily discounted, like years after it came out, and I bought the old controllers from the PS3. Even the charger is different. Like uh, it was dire situation, you could say. It had a lot of problems. It was fun and it worked, but it has a lot of problems. But the new PSVR has new enhancements and also fixed older issues, which is great. Uh, they're saying that they're making a new basically like a headset and the eyewear itself. It'll basically have increased visual experience. It says it'll offer 4K HDR, 110 degrees field of view. Uh, it has an OLED display. It has display resolution of 2000 by 2040 per eye and frame rate of 90 to 120 hertz, which is very good. Um,
120 hertz. Yeah,
yeah,
yeah, really good.
yeah, and also they're saying the
And it's
Mhm.
yeah, I was saying that it's. I hope the thing that they consider is a like more affordable option, or it being a bit affordable. Since I think this might be the new way of playing in the future. Like
Yeah.
it might be like the standard set of like TVs and PlayStations is going to be like VR.
Mm. That's the one thing they haven't talked about is the price. But the big thing is they're saying that there's uh there's a new thing called headset-based controller tracking, which means the old VR you used to need a PlayStation camera for it to track your eyes, but now the tracking is they say it's inside out. So the headset will track you and your controller through cameras like from inside the headset, and so it will track your movements and the direction you look. It will like reflected in the game, so you don't need so there's no need for external camera, so that might cut the cost, which is a very big uh enhancement.
Yeah, and other than the cost, like the setup itself, it's going to be much easier not having to find a place to put the camera itself. So it's just the VR and that's it,
Hmm.
which is great.
Yeah, they're also saying the setup now is only one single cord. Before, there's if you see my desk, it's full of cords and stuff. It used to be bulky. There's an adapter. You need two HDMI cables. You need a camera to connect to the PlayStation. If you have a PS5, you need another adapter. You need to connect. Everything was just there's too much stuff going on. But now it'll be much simpler, even connectivity, which is awesome. They also have eye tracking, so it detects the motion of your eyes, so you can like look around and basically interact with the stuff like sort of with your eyes. And I was gonna say, can you imagine? I know you love Iron Man. Can you imagine like an Iron Man game with like the visuals? Do you know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? Do you know like
yeah,
how
it'll be
how in the helmet
so
you
good.
can like look around up and down and
Yeah, it'll
stuff
be
like that?
so good if that happens.
That'd
And
be
I
really
hope
good.
like they take it more seriously and like try to push it to more and more people so they can play that way. And I think now it's like with one cord or one, let's say,
Cable.
is it just yeah, one cable? What is the cable? Is it an HMI or anything?
I don't know. I think it's just a specific special cable that connects to the back of the PS5, I think.
Okay, so it's gonna be connected to the PS5,
Mm,
which is great. And I think maybe in a couple of years they're gonna get rid of it. It's gonna be on Bluetooth,
truly
which will have,
wireless. Mm,
yeah. And I hope they give developers more like support on making new games for VRs.
mm. They already announced the Horizon Call of the Mountains called a new game specifically for the PSVR2, which is nice. They also one the couple last features we can talk about. The new controllers will have. It's good that they made new controllers because for the old VR you used to need the PlayStation 3 controllers, like the one with the big like balls on the top. Um,
Yeah,
yeah, that one they weren't the best, but now they have new controllers with haptic feedback and adaptive triggers, just like the new PS5 controllers. And also with the headset, there's something called sense technology, which basically they have like motors inside the earpieces, the headset. So it says, for example, gamers can feel a character's elevated pulse during a tense moment, or the rush of objects passing close to the character's head, or the thrust of vehicle as a character speeds forward. So now like even the audio is has vibration to it, and it's even like more realistic. It all sounds really fun. Really fun to try.
yeah, yeah. It looks really fun to try, to be honest. And they didn't release any like pictures of it or anything, correct? Like they're
I
still.
I don't believe so. I haven't seen anything. If maybe I'll we can look it up, but I don't think I've seen pictures. No.
No, we can't wait to like get our hands on them. Definitely.
Yeah. All right. Let's move on to the next story with Samsung.
And now, with Samsung's news, which is the concepts for the new phones and tablets, and like I think there's a TV and a laptop. It's all concepts, but starting with a phone that slides to the right, which is so nice. It's not foldable. It's like a extension to the screen. That's one of the phones that Samsung announced or showed us in CES 2022, as well as a foldable, a three-time foldable phone, which is small but it folds three times, as well as a tablet that folds three times as well. So, what are your thoughts, Fuad, on the new concepts for Samsung regarding their foldable devices?
I think uh, they started off the fold on the wrong foot, but then they really found their success recipe with like the Z Fold 3 and the Z Flip 3. They made the devices really well, and basically now like fold, like a lot of people use the fold. They like introduced it back into the world. I feel like Samsung really pioneered it back, like to mainstream. So to see they're still innovating it and they're still making it better and better and better, like I support that. I feel like they're gonna be really good devices, especially the extendable one, the foldable one that like that like flips on the screen. Basically, it covers the screen. It's really good. Um, they all look really well put together and well made. I hope they turn out okay though. They turn out well. Yeah.
And do you think that that this is the future of phones? Like maybe we're going to see a lot more uh, phone companies doing foldable phones in the market. Apple, to be more specific.
I I heard there are rumors from Apple and Google that they're basically just like prototyping, just working on foldable ideas. But I heard that Apple still wants to see how where the technology goes, where the where the phones will go
Takes
like in the future. Yeah,
them.
and then maybe they'll make a consumer phone. But I think they might do it. I think they'll at least try. I feel like it's a new market, and Samsung has the whole share of it. So I think Apple wants to get a piece of the pie, if you know.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, and it will be so nice if Apple could release a foldable phone. I think it'll be really well made because Apple may take time when they launch devices and such, but they do it really well when they launch it. They make sure that it's ready.
Yeah.
So maybe that's why they're taking too.
Yeah, they're taking their time. Yeah, I think yeah, sometimes like you said, Apple is late, but then they come back and it's the thing is well made. They wait they put time into it, you know? Also, what do you think about the laptops? We saw from both Samsung and from Asus, I believe it is. They're both
Yes.
working on a all screen foldable laptops where it's like a big screen and it folds like in half. What do you think about that?
Yeah, it's interesting. There was Lenovo. They did that. I think a year ago.
Mm,
They made a ThinkPad with the same concept as in a screen that folds, and then you can attach a keyboard to it as well. It's interesting to be honest. Like, I don't know, like, what will happen with laptops in the future. Like, if there's it's still going to be the same, or are they going to be like touch screens such as what they're doing right now. But it's interesting, and it's really cool to have a big screen, and like you can turn it into a laptop and a fold.
yeah.
So yeah, it's nice.
Yeah, it says it's 17 inches and it folds in half. That's one thing that I struggle with like my laptop. I have to put it in my bag and take it everywhere, and it takes up a big space of my backpack. But if it folds in half, it'll be a little thicker, but it'll save a lot more space.
Yeah, the form factor will be much smaller
I think so.
since
Yeah.
it's folded. Yeah, totally. Yeah.
All right. Do you wanna move on to Apple now?
Yeah, so that's about it for Samsung. So let's talk about Apple for the final news for today.
Okay, so with Apple, we're hearing more and more news and leaks come out from Dylan DKT, which is I think a Twitter leak, and Ming Shiko as well. Uh, where the latest news are about the iPhone 14 Pro models, the Pro and the Pro Max. They're saying Apple is finally gonna ditch the big notches, and they're gonna be a hole punch camera that's like an oval shape, and Face ID will be under the screen, so there'll no longer be the big notch up top for the Pro models. This will be such a finally we've been having this notch since 2017. Last year with the 13s, they got smaller, but finally there's now it's gonna be a smaller notch, I guess, more real estate.
So it's gonna be there's gonna be a small notch as of the rumors that are said.
I I think so. It's not a notch per se. It's just a small hole punch, like a small hole for the camera. That's it.
And does it get covered with the screen or not?
No, I don't believe so. It'll be just like a black oval shape, like circle shaped
Yeah,
hole.
yeah. So it's gonna be the camera for the Face ID.
Yeah, and all the like the radars and stuff will be under the screen, hopefully. So
Yeah. There are
Mhm.
companies currently like doing the hiding the camera under the screen and not making it visible even when you're using it. Like there's pixels that hide it.
But I think their problem was that the screen sometimes affected the quality of the pictures. Sometimes uh, the basically like pictures will get blurred or won't be the best of quality because there's a layer between the camera lens and whatever you're taking picture of. But
Yeah, as in
yeah,
the front-facing camera,
mm,
correct?
yeah, Yeah.
Uh,
Mhm.
but it's a solution for this issue is to like just turn off the screen in front of it. So while somebody's taking a selfie, the screen itself just turns off the pixels in front of the camera itself, and then it'll work like fine. It should be. But yeah, I got used to the notch, to be honest. It's not that bad.
Yeah, I think
What are your thoughts on it?
I
Because
yeah, I got used to it as well. Uh, but I think when it's gone, you're gonna feel the difference, uh like you're gonna feel, okay, now this is a much bigger screen. Especially if you have the Max, that will be like that'll be like jumping from an iPhone to an iPad, I feel.
I agree on that. Sometimes when you don't have something or you don't see something, you can make it without it. So when you get the thing, it turns out that you needed it or it's better. And I don't know if it's not written in the article as of the new iPhone, but I read in a different article before about the portless iPhone. If like the next iPhone will be portless and doesn't have any charging ports,
Mm.
and it's interesting. And what do you think about it?
That might be possible. They kept pushing uh
MagSafe?
the MagSafe technology, yeah, and using wireless charging and stuff like that. I think one day in the future, maybe not the next iPhone, probably not the next iPhone, but in the future, I think definitely there'll be, uh, they'll have like, uh, what's it called?
Portless iPhone?
Yeah, completely partless, cableless future. I think with time, stuff will be like that. It'll just there'll be just no more cords anyway.
Yeah, maybe, and maybe it'll like as of the. Do you remember when we did that? When we talked about the Samsung or was it LG? Yeah, LG's. No, it was Samsung. Samsung remote that doesn't charge. It charges
Mm,
with light and with the frequency, I think,
yeah,
or something like that. Yeah, so I think this might, if it works, it might be like used on phones. And if that works, they're gonna take the ports off, maybe.
mm, maybe possible.
Yeah, it is. It is interesting, and I don't know why, but it seems impossible now. But maybe in a couple of years, it'll be possible. Like in not having any ports, or you don't have to put a cable in the plug to just charge your phone. It just charges automatically. So we're gonna see what is gonna be in the future as of the charging. And so for now, the only things that they're saying is the notch. And is there anything else? No, right?
No, they're just saying also about the iPhone SE, but we talked about that before, saying it'll be similar to the 2020 SE, but it'll have 5G and improved specs and stuff like that. We mentioned that before in our, I
Yeah,
think,
but
an episode or two ago. Yeah.
yeah, I remember. But I'm talking about like the pros. There's nothing new, right?
Oh, I don't believe so. There's not any more new news, I
Bro,
don't think.
yeah, but I doubt it. Just being like a smaller notch and that's it. I don't think that Apple's gonna release a new phone just for that.
Yeah, I think they'll definitely have better specs and new features, stuff like that. Every day there's like small tweaks and people get angry. There's like, same iPhone, whatever. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, but it's how many years? I think it's the 15th year for the iPhone. It's 15th anniversary for iPhone. So I
something
think
like that.
they have to like release something big at least,
Mm,
just for this.
yeah, that's possible. That's possible as well. Yeah.
So we'll see what will Apple do in the near future. So about like in September, like 8 more months.
Yeah. All right.
So
So we need to wrap up. Unfortunately, there's no more time. So thank you all for listening to today's episode. We hope you enjoyed it. Follow us on the platform you're listening to us from, whether it's Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, or Spotify, or any other platform. And follow us on our Instagram and Twitter to keep up with anything we post. It'll always be in the description. And yeah, we'll be waiting for you next Tuesday. Bye bye.
Bye bye.